continue on here. Thank you guys for coming up. We appreciate your time this evening. Our first question is, what 3 overall educational priorities would you work to accomplish during your time in office, and how would you achieve them? So we'll go ahead and start with you, Mr. Walker, and work our way down the table here.
First off, I would really like to see more influence and more togetherness with the board and some of its teachers. I'm really big with a lot of the teachers, and I feel that, you know, we have to take care of the people that are taking care of our kids. Those of us have all raised kids, and you know, it's tough enough to raise your own. And when you go and put 30 kids, 25 kids into a classroom, you depend on that person, that teacher, to take care of all those children. And I just feel that, you know, one thing in education is the teachers. Another thing, I think that, you know, the budgets, you know, money is a big factor in what's happening in the schools. I know the school is operating in a deficit, you know, as far as spending goes. We've got to watch that. We've got so much money that's sitting there for us to use, but we just can't run out here and spend it all, you know, in one contract or one, you know, bonus that we want to give a teacher or somebody like that. So I'll stop there.
I think one of the things that we've already started on is our Chromebooks that help educate our students, to update them more on the new technology we have now. We're in the process right now of adding to that. We've got it started here this past year, and hope to in the next couple, 3 years to spread it through the school even further. Also, the issues of finance for the school and so forth are upon us as a real big challenge in West Worthington right now with the reduced enrollment we've had the last couple of years. We're having to look at maybe making some cuts somewhere, and it's one of the things with the students we really don't want to cut, but there's maybe some issues that we may have to address with teachers and so forth, and some of the programs that we may not be able to offer later on.
I think I will agree with the statement both of these gentlemen have made as far as the budget and the shortfall of the money. We're working now under a deficit budget. State money's been cut. We're losing students, and that's where our money comes from. I don't know the answer to it other than getting more kids in here. Second thing is technology. We're in good shape, I think, but we can always do better and update and stay up with the times. Third item is administrators and teachers. They're the backbone of the school. We have a good team in place. We're looking at replacing the superintendent this coming year, I think. So those are the 3 items that I think are really important to the works of the school.
Like everybody else has said, the budget's probably our main concern right now. Don't really know right at the moment what we can do about it because of where we can make cuts or anything like that. The second thing would be the curriculum. We need to keep improving it year after year. And something that would help with that budget, some classes that we don't have interest in with students. Maybe there's where we can make some cuts so we can add other classes that won't be as expensive to run as what we have at the moment. And third thing would be keep improving the technology in the classroom year after year, because there's always something new out there, and this is a different day and age than what it was when I went to school. You've got to have computers and all kinds of technology to even communicate nowadays. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We'll start with you, Mr. Batt, for the next question. How can the school board be more accountable to the public?
us, if the community would maybe get maybe a little more involved with us. We're open every meeting to the public to come into the board meetings, and we welcome anyone to come and to communicate with the board members on different issues that they see at the school. We deal with the things that come to us day to day with what administration comes with us to, and we would also welcome any people in the community, because you are the taxpayers, you're the other side of educating our children, that helps us to make the decisions, to make the payments, and keep that school function and going for us.
Okay. Availability, I think, is the biggest issue, and accessibility. Our phone lines are always open, computers, emails, such just a constant conversation. Ball games, just be approachable and accessible. Listen to the public, hear what they have to say, and sometimes you do make decisions that aren't right, and somebody out there does have the right way to go. So I guess that's where I'm at with that. Thank you.
You said accountability.
Yes.
As a board member, you are accountable for everything that happens at that school. You need to be available to the public at any time. You have to listen to the public and try to make things the way the whole community wants it in the school. But as I said to start with, you are accountable if you're a board member at the school, because you're in control of everything. Even though you're not hands-on day by day, you still are accountable as a board member.
I'm big on sports analogies. If I was voted on to be accountable to the people that voted for me in this school district, I would kind of consider you as the team owner. I'm the quarterback. You called the play. You tell me what you want me to do. I will be very gracious to all the people, all these kids. There's 800, I believe, right now, there's 811 kids enrolled in that school. I've got one of them, but there's 810 more that I care about. And I want to make sure that I'm available for anybody at any time. I listed my phone number. I've put my cell phone out there. If you want me for anything, let me know. I will represent you at the best of my ability. Thanks.
Excellent. We'll move on to the next question and start with you, Mr. Roberts, as we're working our way down the table. Can you describe the strategies that you would use to improve real communication, foster successful partnerships with families, and bring the parent voice to the decision-making table?
Okay, like Mr. Batt said just a minute ago, the meetings, that's the place to start. We welcome every parent, every taxpayer that would like to come and talk and listen. PTO meetings, that's a big thing too. Get the parents involved. Athletics plays a major role in the togetherness of the school. There's just so many things that are there and available that would pull the parents, the kids, the faculty, and the board together. And so many things that they can do together that would make things much simpler as far as keeping the line of communication open. Thank you.
Mr. Garcia?
Yeah, like we talked about earlier, people attending the board meetings would be the number one thing. And I said earlier, you can contact me at any time. I have my cell phone with me 24/7. If it's not on my side, it's It's laid on the headboard next to me when I'm asleep. And I'm at several events at school every week. If, you know, if anybody needs to talk about anything with me as a board member, I'm available at any time.
Mr. Walker?
The partnership between me and the school would greatly increase over what it ever has been in the past. I turned 50 years old. I decided that there was something I wanted to do civically in the community, and I felt that running for the school board with a school that I loved, grew up in, graduated from, was probably the job that I was most qualified, to run for. So as far as being a partner, I'll be your number one partner. As far as communicating with people, I like to talk with people. I know a lot of people. I've had a lot of people where I work at Eddie Gilstraps, you know so many people. How do you know so many people? I guess maybe because I've been friendly to them and they like me. So, communication, partnerships, forging new ideas, I'm ready and willing and want to learn this job. I don't have the experience that these guys have as far as being on the school board, but I feel that I've got a little bit to offer, and I want to offer it up to the people.
Mr. Bath?
One of the things I want the parents and public to know that there's two sides to every story, and I've got ears to listen. Anytime there's an issue that comes up with anyone, I want them to call me. I want to know the issue. I won't have the answer probably at that time, but I want to know what's happened, what's going on, and I will confront the administration, teachers, or whatever it takes to find the answers to the issues that's going on. I always have in the past. I've had different people call, and I listen to their stories, and that's what I want to continue to do. And there's a lot of things going on out here in the school system right now, and with the finance and so forth, and I welcome any ideas of any of the parents and so forth to help enrollment out here in West Washington. Anything we can do to help enrollment out here, we would appreciate it, and if you notify us, we maybe can work on it and do something about it. Thank you.
Well, Mr. Barksdale, we'll start with you with this question. This is our second to last question of our written questions here. What, in your opinion, should be the relationship between the board and the community?
Well, it should be a good relationship. We've talked about it here several times in different ways with the questions. You've got to communicate with the public, and the public need to communicate with the board. The board basically works through the administration and with the teachers. And we have to work together with the community to make sure that we're doing the best for the kids that we can. We have to, I'm just like any other parent, I want the best for my child, and I've worked with the youth in this community for several years, and I know probably 3/4 of the kids that go to school out there and have graduated in the last 10 years. And I want the best for all of them. I want them all to succeed whenever they get out in the real world on their own.
Communication with the community is probably one of the most important things, to go with, being a board member. When people have problems, they want to call you, if there's an issue, you need to communicate with them, but you have to put that in the proper hands first. I'm not a trained teacher. I'm not an athletic director. So if a parent calls me with an issue, and it's a job, an issue in a classroom, have you discussed it with the teacher yet? If the person says no, then I'm going to say, then let's discuss it with the principal. Have you done that yet? No. Well, and if that's the case, have you discussed it? Then let's discuss it with the superintendent. If that doesn't happen, then we bring it to the board and we all discuss it. But communicate with the community is to let the administration and the staff you've hired do that job. A board member only should intervene in an issue with the school after the trained professionals have not been able to solve it. So I will be there to communicate, but I want to use the trained people first.
I agree with what Mr. Walker said about chain of command. A lot of people will call board members because they know so-and-so, you know, and just try to get their way or something pulled. And it needs to go through the chain of command, through the teachers, coaches, administration, and then bring that issue to the school board. That's about the last part of the issue that needs to be addressed is with the school board. It should be addressed before it comes to the school board member, really. But still yet, school board members should listen to what people have to say. We always welcome anyone and everyone that makes any comments, questions, and ideas to help our school, and we welcome that. And we ask that you would continue to help us, because we can look and see some things and programs going on in other schools and so forth, and if you see a need in our community, we ask you to communicate with the board and let us know, or at least administration. Thank you.
Okay. I've lived in this community my whole life. I know quite a few people that live in it. I like to be accessible and listen to the problems, but also there is a chain of command that you need to go through. We can't solve every problem that arises, but we want to listen to it and hope we can help alleviate the problem in the proper form. We have good administration, we have good teachers, and they know their jobs. Our job is not to micromanage it, it's to let the people under you that are the bosses take care of the problems and when they arise. Like I said, our job is to listen, because I know there's a lot of people out there that have good ideas that we don't see. We do make wrong decisions, and we need to admit it and, you know, be big enough to listen and accept what people tell us. So, thank you.
Well, this is the last question. We'll start with you, Mr. Walker. What do you think is expected of you as a school board member?
I think good decisions. I think people expect if you have the gumption to run for an office, you make the right decision. You make not always your decision or your decision, but the right decision. People are giving you the opportunity to just touch a part of managing the school. You're just a little bitty piece of what's actually going on over there. You get the right players, you put them in the right positions, and let them go play the game. And I think this board has done one excellent job of as far as administration and teachers. I just feel that maybe there's a few little things that I would like to tweak if I was on the board.
The board's coming into a time with reduced enrollment and deficit financing we're into right now, of having to address a lot of issues with the financial end of the school system. We have done a wonderful thing as far as educating. Our test scores is really great, and we're real pleased with all that. But right now, for us, we're having to manage what the taxpayers give us to work with, the states come down with us and so forth, to deal with the financial end of this school system. And yes, West Washington is financially good right now, and we're hoping that the decisions and stuff that we have to come with the next year will get this back balanced to where we're not on this down down skid right now that we're in right now. So we're trying to work to improve things and make good decisions to better than the school without cutting programs and so forth.
I think, our main thing is accountability. We are accountable for every dollar that comes through that school, and we are accountable for how it's spent. I know years ago, maybe 15, 20 years ago, West Washington was broke, with the state almost ready to take it over. And we've worked and got it in real good financial shape, but yet now with things oncoming we have no control of, we are in deficit spending. And we have to come up with new ideas to try to keep programs we have, teachers we have, and still offer the kids everything that they need and deserve to go on in life. Another thing people haven't brought up in this panel is vocational school. Vocational school is a different kind of school that everybody's not going to graduate and go to college. And vocational school just offers some other hands-on tools and things that to enter the workforce. Thank you.
Our number one thing as a board member is to take care of our children, of the community. It's just simple as that. We've got to give our students the best education we can with the tax dollars we're allowed.
All right, well, did you have anything else? I didn't mean to cut you off. Well, are there any other questions from the audience? All right, then we'll go ahead and start down here in Mr. Barksdale. If you'd like to add anything else or closing remark or two, please feel free to do so.
Well, a lot of them's in here know me. I'm Tim Barksdale. Been married for 22 years to my wife Melissa. Got 3 kids, 2 of which have graduated from West Washington. I graduated from West Washington. I still have 1 child in school. Like I said earlier, I've been involved with the youth in this community for over 30 years now, ever since I graduated. I'm at the school 2 to 3 times a week at a minimum. I know a lot of the kids. My kids have grown up with a lot of them. I just want to be on, I was on the board for a term, and I'd like to return back to the board because I want to try to make West Washington be the best school that we can.
Mr. Roberts.
I've had the, I guess, a good opportunity to work for the public and on the school board for 4 terms. I know people say that, you know, he's been there long enough, he needs to go. But I really do enjoy this job. I enjoy working for the people that put me in this place. And I would like to continue to do this. I do attend every meeting. Like I said in a question asked earlier, I've missed 2 meetings in the last 20 years. I do put the time in. And I really do enjoy it. I enjoy the staff. You know, we've had some good people over the years that's left and retired. And, you know, it's kind of like a family. You know, you get used to people being there, good people, and then the time they leave. But like I say, I would appreciate your vote, and I will do the best job I can for you. Thank you.
I'd like to say thank you to the public that's supported me the last 19 years that I've been on the board. Not necessarily all together, we just served 4 years and then was off 4 and then back on, I think 14 or 15. Anyway, I just got I raised my kids through that time. I've got seems like a house full of grandkids over there now. And, really interested in wanting to keep, we've got a good school system. And, I'm just so thankful for all we've been able to do the last 20 years. And, I know we're up against some hard times here the next year or so. We're gonna have to replace a superintendent probably. And, with our finances the way it is and so forth, you know, we got some issues with the teachers and so forth. We got young teachers over there that's not getting any increment from the state anymore. And we're gonna have to address some of those issues, help them out. And we've got some Schedule B issues, that's gonna have to be addressed. So I'm asking for your support to let me continue, in the education of your children over there.
I'd said maybe earlier that I've spent a lot of time thinking about doing this. I've spent a lot of years thinking about running for school board. I never ran just because I really, honest to God, thought the man sitting beside me was doing a heck of a job. And he's a good person. I just got to the time in my life and my age that I wanted to serve this school district. I'm not qualified to be a sheriff. I'm not qualified to be a state senator. But I feel that I'm qualified to serve a school that I really do care about and always did care about it. I don't have all the answers. This school community is not in an area with large industry. So how do we get kids in here? We can't. You know, we've got families that are 250 acres spread apart. 2 kids and that's all. You know, so getting the money from the state to put in the general fund for extra students and students to keep this school going is a tough job, and it's going to be a hard one to do, and I would appreciate your support to try to accomplish that.
Well, thank you, gentlemen, so much for your time. Let's give them a round of applause. Well, I believe that concludes everything, so I'll turn it back over to Stephanie.
Thank you, Allison, for being with us again. We appreciate the wonderful job you've done, and can we all give Allison a hand? I do have an announcement that was handed to me on October 30th, which I believe is a Thursday, at 6 p.m. at Salem City Hall. There will be a candidate forum with Congressman Todd Young, State Representative Steve Davison, and State Senate candidate Aaron Townshend in attendance, along with several county candidates. And I assume this is probably a function of the Republican party in the county.
WSLM.
NWSLM.
Yeah.
And I don't know if candidates from the opposing party are invited to that, or if this is something to meet the Republican candidates. I think they're all invited. Okay.
Yeah.
Tom said if all candidates are invited, so that's another opportunity to meet the candidates and get to know them a little better and ask them questions. October 30th at 6 p.m. Thank you everyone for attending.
Don't forget to vote on November 4th.